Hello and welcome to another Calypso video. This time it's about the editing options of half-page turning. You can use it to make jumps in your music score, but also to solve problems that sometimes arise from unfavorable notations. To get to know the editing options for half-page layouts, let's take a look at this composition for Clarinet and Accordion. It was written by Andreas Nebel, a renowned accordion lecturer at the Trossingen Conservatory in Germany. The sheet music consists of 3 pages. There is a jump to the Segno from page 3, back to page 1, and then another one, from page 1, to the Coda on page 3. Both jumps are marked in color, which should make it easier for us to find our way around in this demo, but is also recommended for your performance. This overview of the sheet music makes it clear that the half-page layout, which Calypso sets as the standard, is not sufficient here. The standard layout makes it possible to repeat a piece as often as you like. The repetition here, however, does not run through regularly, but demands this jump into the coda. Nevertheless, we want to scroll through the piece with Calypso's standard layout. So let's switch on the half-page layout button and then scroll through some layouts. After scrolling 3 times, we're here. Page 2 is still displayed below, and above we see the complete portion of the 3rd page that we still need before we jump to the Segno on page 1. Although we won't need the rest of this 3rd page until we have to jump into the coda, scrolling forward once more will reveal that page in full. That's not bad at first, because we just would have to press the foot pedal twice to get to page 1. Nevertheless, we will optimize this later. The larger problem becomes apparent if we now scroll forward. Half-page turning is supposed to ensure that we can always see the notes before we have to play them, even if they are on a different page. If we look back again, we see that this is not possible here. Even if we change the position of the screen divider, we cannot see both staves at the same time. In this situation as we are currently seeing it, wouldn't it help if we could place the first page staff above the screen divider? This is exactly what Calypso offers you. First, we open the info field of the screen divider to the left to start the editing mode. Of these buttons, which we will all get to know in a moment, we first need the left one, which you may have encountered elsewhere. When we tap on it, we turn on the layout tool. With the 2 arrow keys, you can select the page that should be visible in this area. In our current case, you can choose between pages 1 and 2, since page 3 is already displayed in the lower half. And with the middle tool, we can move the position of the page. So, now we want to place the second staff as close to the top edge as possible. It is okay like this. So we can switch off the layout tool now. Now we move the screen divider upward, so that we can also see the required stave from page 3. For our recital, we now need another staff system on the first page. In edit mode, however, we see that the current layout is the last of a total of 6 layouts. So that means we need at least one more layout. We create this by tapping on this plus button. This new layout is an identical copy of the previous layout. Only the screen divider is moved slightly to confirm this copying process. Now, all we have to do is drag the screen divider down again to show the next staff. In this case, even all the remaining notes that we need to jump to the coda are displayed. Let's exit edit mode now. If we now scroll forward to get to the first layout, the notes on the first page will be moved down, because we didn't move them in the first layout. Let's keep scrolling to see How our editing of the last few layouts feels. This is our edited layout, where we've moved the notes on the first page up. And this is our final layout for this song. By the way, if the position of the notes changes during a transition, it will animate more slowly than usual. One final thing. To do this, we first scroll forward a few times, and then switch on the editing mode again. When we get here, another scrolling forward will show the complete page 3. The page divider appears again at the top, because it could possibly be needed for editing. In fact, we don't need the bottom part of this page at all at this point. That is, this layout is actually superfluous, and could be deleted. As you probably guessed correctly, we tap on the third button in the screen divider for this. Once we've deleted that layout, Calypso will animate to the next, our edited layout. Let's see how the transitions look now. This is the last layout before the repetition, before page 1 is to be displayed. The indicator on the right tells us that the earliest we should page forward is when we play bar 29 in the second staff. If we scroll now, Calypso first reveals page 3 completely, and immediately afterward, page 1 is partly faded in at the top. It then looks like this. We already know the animation for our last layout. There are often multiple ways to edit the layouts to solve problems with awkward notation. We see a completely different solution in the following example. It is only intended to show you the possibilities Calypso offers you. This is the complete page 2. Now, if we scroll to the next layout, we can see that the 2 staves on page 3 are shifted down. This creates space in the upper area, so that both necessary staves of the first page can be displayed in the next layout. If you then play the notes in the upper area, and again scroll forward as you do so, page 3 in the lower area will reset its offset, revealing the full coda. Like I said, just another option. At the end of this video, we show you how to scroll by half pages in the fake books, because this option is also available there. We learn a clever use of the half-page layout that does not require scrolling. We'll also use this opportunity to talk about the menu in the toolbar. For this demo, we use this fake book for pop songs, and from there, the song Dancing Queen by ABBA. This lead sheet is spread over 2 pages, which is quite common in this fake book. If you combine the sheets of music, they will fit on 1 page. Let's turn on the half-page layout and scroll through the song. Here is the first half-page layout. The notes are not fully displayed with Calypso's standard layout. But we already know that we only have to move the screen divider to achieve this. We could actually be satisfied with this. But it would be better if the top and bottom sheets were reversed. And of course, that's not a problem with the editing options. We'll start by tapping and holding the button on the toolbar to open the menu. We will get to know the upper part of the menu in the next video. In the lower part, we have 3 options. The first option, Edit Page Layout, is an alternative way to start edit mode when the screen divider is not currently visible. We use the second option when an edit did not bring the expected success, and we therefore want to return to the default layout. It is often easiest to start with an initial layout. That's exactly what we're doing now. We confirm that we want to reset the previous layout, as this will result in the loss of all previous edits. Calypso immediately activates edit mode and animates to this initial layout. By an initial layout, we mean a single layout that displays the first full page of a song. Each additional layout must be added explicitly. But we don't need that now, because we only need a layout that shows page 1 at the top and page 2 at the bottom of our song. To add another page to this full page view, we need to drag a finger from the top to the middle of the page. This will bring up page 2 at the top area. But we want page 2 in the bottom half. So, to get rid of the top area, we simply drag the screen divider to the top edge. Now, let's move our finger from the bottom to the middle, creating a new area for page 2, but this time, in the bottom half. We're almost there. Now we activate the Layout tool, and move the pages so that the notes are arranged like a one-page piece. That's it. In the end, we only have a single layout, so we can't scroll at all. But if I choose a different song for a moment and then come back to Dancing Queen, the advantage of this approach becomes apparent. Since we have not switched off half-page turning in the toolbar, which means it remains active all the time, the first layout is displayed immediately after selecting a new song. That is, we get this one-sided representation of a two-sided notation without any action on our part. We have now come to the end of this long video. Here is our summary. Editing mode is started or ended by moving the info field. With the Layout tool, you can select the pages of an area and also move them. You can add more layouts and delete some. From the menu, you can reset to the default or to an initial layout. Thank you for your attention. In the next, much shorter video, you will learn how you can automate half-page turning, so that it is self-running, without a foot switch or tapping.